All right, I'm ready for the next question. Robot, what is my next question?
Do you have a favorite TED Talk that you've watched recently?
Yeah, I do have a favorite TED Talk I recently watched, and it's by this girl. I'm not sure of her name, but she has chronic fatigue syndrome. And it was so interesting hearing her story, how it gets you thinking watching her talk, how these doctors, they misdiagnosed her. They didn't take her disease seriously, and I think this happens a lot. We have to be more distrusting of the medical authority as far as their diagnosis. These doctors, a lot of times, they're just regurgitating something they heard from another doctor, and they don't really know what they're talking about in a lot of instances. So we have to be our own doctor. And a lot of times we would be smarter. We have to really, if we have a disease, for instance, we have to research it ourselves. We have to take responsibility for our own health, our own medical health, our own longevity, everything like that. Don't leave it into the hands of some incompetent doctor to figure out what's wrong with you and appropriately diagnose you and give you medicine. And don't look. These doctors, they don't know what they're talking about in a lot of cases. But anyways, this girl, she had one part of her TED Talk where she said, my brain is not what it used to be. And I really related to that part because I don't feel my brain is what it used to be.
My brain is not what it used to be.
I feel like I used to be smarter in a way. I used to have more cognitive ability. I feel like my brain has declined in health, in ability to speak good. And I feel like I have to think so hard just to process my words and think clear and say something and make coherent. You know, it's harder to me, and I think something's happened with my brain over the years, and it's not as good as it used to be. And I think a lot of it has to do with when I went to a chiropractor when I was 20, something around there, 23 or something, 22. I went to a chiropractor and I got an x-ray to my brain. And ever since that day, my brain has been not as good. So I feel like maybe I have x-ray damage to my brain. The problem is now I feel like I have brain fog a lot of times. I feel like my brain just doesn't think as fast. I feel like I have to, I talk slower sometimes, slower than I'd like to, form thoughts slower than I would like to. And, the words don't always come quickly and as quick as I would like them to, and it just feels like I'm struggling more to communicate well. And I don't know if it's noticeable or not, but it's there, and it's something I realize, something I'm aware of from how I am now compared to how I used to be. So it's a problem, and I'm confident, though, that I can fix it eventually with enough knowledge, enough science, and, I'll figure this out. I'll fix it. It's not the end of the world. I can still talk. I can still communicate pretty well. Whatever bad thing has happened to you, you have to just keep on going along and just work with what you have. And, yeah. So, anyways, I related to that. But anyways, what health problem do you have? Do you have a health problem you'd like to share? Leave it in the description, and I will check it out.
My brain is not what it used to be.
Makes me that much stronger, makes me work a little bit harder.